Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you've been watching, you would realize that today we're actually not working with the usual studio setup, and that is because I'm trying to enjoy the daylight. Anyways, without wasting much of your time, today I'm going to be talking about the one thing that we get like misunderstood. And what is the inspiration behind this video? So I have a lot of people coming to me, and their challenge or the particular reason why they are scared or confused about going into tech is because they already have something else that they are doing in life, or some other business or career or whatever that they've spent a lot of money on, and they are thinking that having to drop all of that to go into tech would be a horrible idea. Well, that isn't exactly the case, since pretty much everyone I know had to move from one thing to the tech industry. So I know people in this case. I think DMEC, you can check him on Instagram. He goes by the name DMEC.js. If I'm not mistaken, he was a physiotherapist before he got into tech. There are several other people like that, people who were like, graphic designers and they became software developers. Well, graphic design in this case, if you look at it, well, there are chances that the person was already doing it in the tech industry before deciding to like level up. And I don't want to say level up because that seems like graphic design is way down. Before the person decided to like go to something more technical. Moving on, there are lots of careers that you would be doing, or you might have worked on all your life, that might be challenging to get into the tech industry. And careers like this would be stuff like being a medical doctor, a lawyer, and in some cases maybe even a banker. Reason why this is the case is when you're learning, or when you're actually done learning, there is no way you can combine the two. You would have to drop one for the other. So it's either you're foregoing your dream to work in tech, or you're foregoing your dream to be a medical doctor. Unless of course you're looking at just working in that industry with the current role. So say for example tech fascinates you, you're interested in being a lawyer in tech, then that's pretty understandable. It's really easy. But having to be technical while you're a lawyer, that's going to be a really tricky one. But again, the one thing that people always don't understand, or the one thing that people always think when they want to get into tech that makes it somewhat challenging, is thinking you have to actually do that as a 9 to 5 job. I know people who are medical doctors or even medical students, and on the side they build websites for small businesses and so on. A typical example is like a popular YouTuber known as Ali Abdal. So if you know this guy, when he was in the med school, he was working as a web designer, web developer. I wouldn't exactly say if it's development because I'm not sure what extent he got to, so nobody attacks me, but I know to some extent he did work in the IT space as a freelancer. So if you're a medical doctor or a lawyer, or you're doing one of the specialized industries that are going to be really difficult to combine, you might want to start by trying out learning on the side and doing some freelance job. Then you would be able to decide, is this something you want to drop? Do you want to drop medicine completely and go to the tech industry as a software developer or cybersecurity engineer and whatnot? Or if it is something you want to do on the side as a side income, and in that particular situation, you would want to maybe open a software agency, hire some maybe like high school students or pretty much like university students, and still make money on the side while working as a medical doctor. The plus of this is the urge, the pull you have towards tech, you're satisfying it, it's being met, and that's it. Everything is fine. Now, going back to the couple of people that have asked me these questions, there are other industries where it is even super easy and very, very easy to actually get into tech or combine with tech. As a matter of fact, there are particular jobs you might be doing now that would serve as more of like a creative outlet if you're in the tech industry. A typical example is photography, graphics design, again, digital arts or whatever that involves like painting. These are stuff you can easily combine. You do not even have to drop them to get into the tech industry. I'm bringing it to photography here. I enjoy photography. I love photography. In fact, I would call myself a photographer because I take a lot of photos and I do a lot of cool stuff with the camera. But it's not something that I do professionally. At the same time, I do it professionally. Now, don't get confused. What I mean by this is I wouldn't take projects of, like campaigns, big advertisements and stuff like that because I know it would require me to, work day to day with clients. In some cases, it might require me to go 4 or 5 days working on a particular project. I would not be able to do that. But I can take photos that would serve as, a product for stock photography and, stock photography sites like iStock, Shutter Images, and all of that. So if you're a photographer and you're thinking about getting into tech, the most important thing is for you to figure out how your schedule or whatever it is you do on the photography side does not obstruct the one you want to do in tech. So you might want to take gigs like wedding, and this is an awesome one because most weddings are done during the weekends. In that case, you still have time to work as a techie, and also during the weekends, you still get to do photography. Well, most people will tell you that this doesn't make any sense because then you're doing 2 jobs. Which one exactly is the hobby? Which one is relaxing? The truth is, we're in a century where some of us are addicted to working. Whatever it is we do, we always want to work. There isn't actually any problem with doing several things that are, job related or something you do professionally, so long as some of them serve as creative outlets. There are people who are in the tech industry and on the side, they actually do like DJing, they do MCs and stuff like that. I know of ladies that are, killing it in the tech industry. And at the same time, they are killing it in the modeling industry, which is mind-blowing. So, to summarize this video, whatever it is you're doing, whether it be working in the factory, you spend so many years establishing a particular business, e-commerce and whatnot, you're working as a lawyer, a banker, you're working as a photographer, whatever the case is, if you've decided or you're getting that pull for whatever reason to get into tech, there is always a way to figure out how to combine this. As a matter of fact, the reason why most of us in the tech industry don't burn out, or when we burn out, we recover so fast, is because we have other things on the side that serve as creative outlets for us to, release the stress and then come back stronger. I hope in this video I've convinced you that you can get it done. Drop your comments about this. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.